This is KVCI.blogspot.com, George Boston Ryan once again. I'm here in Valdosta, Georgia, and I was at a meeting with the small black business group here in Valdosta a few weeks ago, and I heard my beautiful sister, what's your name?
Blanche Boykins McIntyre.
And I just want to share that with you all. A letter that, well, she's going to explain it to you. What's your name, my beautiful sister?
Barbara Michael.
And she's with us, and I just wanted to share that because that's what I do. So, how did you get this letter? How did you obtain this letter?
This letter came from an inmate in one of the prisons in Georgia, from someone that I care for and that's very dear to me. We find ourselves in a dilemma where we all have someone that we know of that's in the prison systems here.
Right. And you know, as you all know, I've been talking about the 30 jail deaths here in Valdosta since 1994 to 2009. And since 2009 to present, we don't know how many deaths have occurred in the jail because they say they are not subject to the Georgia Open Records Act. Do you have any experiences with the local law enforcement here that you want to share?
Yes, I have a couple experiences. I have a son that has been in jail, and just recently he has been denied medical attention.
Yes.
And he was toxic, and there was nothing done about it.
All right, so as we can see, this letter that Sister Blanche is about to read, I think that many of us can identify with it, but what got me about this letter and wanted me to share it with you all was the level of intelligence I think that this individual wrote this letter. And I think that he's a jail inmate in prison. And for this type of knowledge to be in jail, confined, well, read the letter and tell us something about it as you go into it and how it touched you, because it definitely touched me and others the other night at that meeting, okay?
Well, one thing that we all know is that just because we have loved ones in prison, it doesn't mean that they're stupid. Sometimes it's very intelligent young men, and it's the majority of our men, that have just made bad mistakes and bad choices. Let me read this letter. To whom this may inspire peace. I write this letter with high hopes of developing a line of communication that great achievements may spring from this root. I am a young black man striving to better myself and those in my surroundings by adding to the positive efforts of the black cause. The black man's plight has been analyzed since the times of great thinkers such as W.E.B. Du Bois in Souls of Black Folks, to Carter G. Woodson in The Miseducation of the Negro. Approximately 1 century later, and the solutions to our problems still seem to elude the great minds of today. However, as we all know, hope is not lost. There arises a new era with a new wave of consciousness springing from the most unlikely places, prisons. I write this letter from within the confines of the belly of the beast. The NAACP, the SCLC, the Lowndes County Black Business Association, the 100 Black Men, and the ICU has a historical reputation for its political and legal contributions to the black man's evolution. At current, one of the greatest injustices plaguing the black family is the unbearable prison sentences and conditions which affect both the prisoner and the family. This is a problem because the prisoners of today have no political awareness or legal intelligence. What are the odds and the chances that the NAACP, the SCLC, the Lowndes County Black Business Association, the 100 Black Men, and the ICU and other organizations with parallel agendas would penetrate the prisons with needed information and help conjure right and proper thoughts? We know and understand that all wise actions stem from thoughts consistent with truth. But how are we to know the truth if it has never been taught to us? Consider the possibility of silently providing insight and correspondence to me that I may translate that message to the masses of prisoners. And I say silently to prevent the NAACP, the SCLC, the Lowndes County Black Business Association, the 100 Black Men, and the ICU from attracting unwanted criticism that commonly comes from prison activism. Your assistance is greatly needed. My request is for both political information of various topics and legal materials for appellate purposes. Just as important as the two prior requests is a continuing correspondence between you and me. I have stated my purpose to you and ask that you seriously consider this proposition. This correspondence would be like giving hope to the hopeless. Peace. And it's signed by the inmate that mailed this to me.
Okay. Thank you very much. And this is kvci.blogspot.com. As I said earlier, this touched me at the Black Business Group a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to share it with you. Any lasting comments, Ms. Mickler, or you, Blanche, anything you would like to say in closing about this?
Well, just that if this touches you at all, email or text or however it is that you contact Boston Rhines and give him your information if you're interested in providing information such as this to the inmates. We've got these young men sitting in prison, stagnating, and then they hope to come back into the system and back out into society without any insight before coming back out. And that is why the system is set up the way it is, because they want them to wind right back up out in prison. They want them back into prison. So we've got to help them before they come back into society. And the best way to help them is by giving them information that they can read and increase their knowledge and their insight.
All right, you've heard it. And once again, this is kvci.blogspot.com, Boston G.B.R. on YouTube. And as I said before, we do this because I was touched so much by that letter, and I hope that you are touched as well. Please write me. We got to get the ball rolling. It's one thing that we cannot do. We cannot sit back and afford to watch our sons and daughters live behind bars and got all of this knowledge that they need to that they are sharing with us, and then we ignore them. We can't allow it to happen. And this is why. Blanche, thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Mickle, for being here. And on behalf of this business, what's the name of this business, by the way?
Fruits of the Garden.
Fruits of the Garden. What do you do here, by the way, sister?
We sell wine.